Hey everyone, Combo here, back with another Empires and Puzzles video, and today we have the Solstice summon in the game. I am going to go over the two brand new heroes that just got introduced today, and they are actually part of a brand new family of heroes that are being introduced into the game, so I'm going to do hero reviews on them. We're going to talk about if it is worth it to do pulls in this portal. We're going to take a look at the odds of pulling a 5-star hero, and then at the end of the video, I am going to do some pulls myself. Real quick before we get started, if you do enjoy this video or find it helpful, hit that like button, make sure you're subscribed to my channel, and turn that notification bell on so you can be alerted of when I drop new content. So first, let's take a look at the red fire hero, Beimma. He is barbarian class. The new family that is being introduced is the Mahayoddha Family, or at least that's how I think it's pronounced. This family of heroes has a very interesting family passive or family bonus. Depending if you have 1, 2, or 3 unique family members from this family, at the end of each turn, heroes in the Mahayoddha family gain growth effects. 100, 110, or 120, depending if you have 1, 2, or 3 attack and defense. That is going to happen at the end of every single turn. That is pretty crazy if you ask me. Without even taking a look at their specials or the rest of the passive that these heroes have, this already makes these heroes extremely overpowered, especially considering when you look at the fact that they have the highest stats in the game because of the fact that they are brand new heroes. So if we take a look at the other passives that they do have, he has mana on damage received. When this character receives direct damage from special skills or normal attacks, they receive a small amount of mana, maximum of 10% mana gain per turn. So he's going to gain mana every single turn just from regular attacks and from special skills. And then his second passive is extra damage to minions and mega minions. This character does plus 150% damage to minions and mega minions, just another counter for all of the Garrison Guard family members that are in the game. So definitely some very useful passives. I want to take a look at his base stats first though. He has 1289 attack, 1196 shield, and 2158 health with his max previous stats. So this is double limit broken with masterclass emblems, and I've mentioned this on pretty much every video that I do hero reviews for. The stats that I'm showing you here are as if you were to follow the talent path all the way to the left. That is going to include the attack masterclass nodes on the bottom as well. But even with those, you could probably get the attack a little bit higher because usually there's at least 1 or 2 attack nodes on the right side of the regular talent path on the top that are missed with these max preview stats. So he's got 1815 attack, 1511 shield, and 3011 health. And for his special skill, this special skill never misses its target, deals 410% damage to the target and nearby enemies, has growth boon, which deals 2 times extra damage for each point of modified attack. If I click on the little question mark here, it says up to a maximum of 800 additional extra damage. Status effects affecting damage dealt do affect the extra damage. Defense stat does not affect the extra damage. Status effects affecting attack stat do not affect the extra damage. So obviously the attack growth for himself is going to be a factor with this increased damage. It looks like attack up or any other buff that you have on him is not going to affect it. It then does go on to say that defense stats do not affect the extra damage. So that does imply that any type of defense down or elemental defense down would not affect it. But it does say status effects affecting damage dealt do affect the extra damage. So it seems like that if you have a special from like Hammer Clang or Hammer Tusk or Franz or any of those types of extra damage specials that heroes have, that would affect it. It's a little unclear, but that's how I read it. Let me know if that is your interpretation as well, or if I'm seeing something a little different. And then for the rest of his special, reduces max health of the target and nearby enemies by 850. The effect is stronger against targets with boosted health. And if I click on the little question mark here, it says max health cannot get lower than 30% of the original max health. Any boosted health is reduced by an additional 850. So that's pretty consistent with similar specials like that. And then the target and nearby enemies get minus 50% accuracy for 3 turns. His ether power is heal increase, so at the start of each battle, this hero gets plus 50% increase for any healing received for 6 turns. So not the best of ether powers, honestly, but still a really good hero. His family bonus is probably the highlight of him. His special is very good. I do wish that the max health reduction was before the damage dealt, but beggars can't be choosers. Beimma looks like a monster of a hero and definitely an auto level, I feel like, if you are able to pull him. The other new hero that just came into the game is Chitrangada. She is a blue ice hero, fighter class, has the same family bonus with the attack and defense growth that she gains at the end of every single turn. For her other passives, I believe that they are the same. Yeah, mana on damage received. So when this character receives direct damage from special skills or normal attacks, they receive a small amount of mana at a maximum of 10% mana per turn. And then the superior resist negative minion effects. So this one is actually slightly different than Beimma's. This character has innate resistance against incoming negative effects and damage from minions and mega minions. So she's not going to receive any damage from minions or mega minions or any of the effects from them as well. So that is pretty awesome. If we take a look at her base stats, she has 1186 attack, 1289 shield, and 2230 health. She is fast mana speed, recovers 20% health for all allies, has a growth boon where she recovers 2 times extra health for each point of modified defense. If I click on the little question mark here, it does say up to a maximum of 800 additional healing. Status effects affecting healing do affect the healing scaling. And then she's also going to make it so that each defeated ally has a 35% chance to get revived with 35% health, and then cleanses 1 status ailment from all allies. And it's going to be the latest cleansable status ailment that is cleansed. I do wish that it said safely cleanse at that last part of the special. I feel like that's kind of consistent with a lot of the brand new heroes that are coming out, so she could be a small liability from that perspective. And then if we take a look at her max preview stats, you can see she's got 1731 attack, 1727 shield, and 3004 health. And again, this is as if you were to follow the talent path all the way to the left, so there would be at least 180 shield that you'd be able to add to her based off of the masterclass emblems on the bottom right of the talent path. So you'd be looking at 1907 shield, plus if there were any other shield nodes on the top part of the talent path as well. That is a lot of shield. She is going to be extremely difficult to take down based off of the high shield, the high health, the fact that she's gaining a 100 defense growth every single turn based off of her family bonus. And if you've got more than one of these family members, then she's going to gain even more defense growth every single turn. Chitrangada looks like a very good healer, and I believe that she is the first fast speed reviver in the game as well right now. So I would not be surprised if we start seeing her on the left wing of a lot of defenses once people start pulling her. The fact that she is fighter class could also be a little annoying if she's able to revive when you do kill her. And then her ether power is dodge, which is also a very good ether power to have. It's just going to make it that much harder to kill her for those first 6 turns where she's got that plus 20% chance to dodge special skills. So both of these heroes are really good. As far as if it is worth it to pull in this portal, let's take a look at the odds. So you can see that the rare heroes have a 69.7% chance to get pulled. Epic heroes have a 26.5% chance. Legendary heroes have a 3.6% chance to get pulled. That is for non-featured heroes. So that does not include these 2 heroes. As far as these 2 heroes that I just went over, you can see that the legendary featured heroes only have a 0.2% chance to get pulled. That is extremely low, but consistent with portals like this, the birthday summon, the Black Friday summon, any of these special summons that come out like once every 3 months or so, they usually have a 0.2% chance for the brand new featured heroes. And then the normal legendary hero of the month has a 1.3% chance to get pulled. And then right now, the day that I am recording this video, which is the first day of the Solstice summon, Monday, June 16th, there is a secret summon for a red fire mimic experience hero. So if you are going to do polls, it probably would be a good idea to do it on that day, although they did reduce the odds of the experience mimics to 0.1%, which is extremely low. So again, the question of if it is worth it to do pulls in this Solstice Summon portal, honestly, if you need 5-star heroes, like if you are a mid-level or lower level player, or if you are free to play or cheap to play, then I would say probably it might be a good idea based on the fact that you have a good chance to pull a 5-star legendary hero. And when I say good chance, I just mean much better than normal. It's about twice the odds of pulling a hero from this portal as a 5-star compared to some of the other portals, but you might not gain a good hero. It is only heroes that have been introduced or have come out within the last 2 years that are in the game right now, and there are no season 1 heroes in this portal, so that is definitely a good thing. But if you are a higher level player, I would recommend not doing pulls in this portal, because 0.2% to pull one of those 2 new featured heroes is extremely low. Historically speaking, we tend to see these new featured heroes that come out in these types of portals in the Covenant Summon about 2 months, maybe 3 months at the most after they've been introduced into the game. So I would definitely expect to see one or both of these heroes in the Covenant Summon within the next 2 to 3 months, and that is probably when you would want to try to pull them if you really want to pull one of these 2 new heroes. And the other featured heroes in those portals, or rather in the Covenant Summon portal, are always really, really good. That's one of my favorite portals, if not my favorite portal in the game, and that is where I've pulled a lot of my top meta heroes that I have on my roster. So I just said that I did not think it was a good idea for higher level players to do pulls, but I am going to do some pulls, see if we can get lucky and pull one of these new featured heroes, or maybe a different top meta hero. I would definitely be happy with. I'm going to do a 10 pull with gems, and actually that's the only way that you can do pulls in this portal. There's no coins, and that's consistent with other similar portals like this. So I am going to do the thing where I try to find 2 colors together and have it be in the middle and do a pull there. So I am gonna find these 2 blue heroes, which is also specific to the fact that I probably would rather have that blue hero, the healer. So let's see if I can get lucky on this 10 pull, and then we'll take a look at the Solstice bonus chest that we get afterwards as well when you do 10 pulls. All right, come on, Empires and Puzzles, give me something good. First up is going to be Cheshire Cat, an epic hero. Soroka. Legendary Aviana. Legendary is good, but Aviana is not good, unfortunately. We got Alessia and Dolrak. We got Boots. Gilra. Zorola, which is a really good 3-star. Great for events. General Yin. We probably got 1 or 2 more here. Shale. And that is going to do it. So we did get a legendary hero, but not a good one, and not one that I am going to level up. She was a previous hero of the month, I think within the last like 6 to 8 months or something like that. So she's fairly recent, but definitely not worth leveling up for me. I pulled her when she came out, and I didn't level her up then, and I'm not going to be leveling her up now. All right, let's go take a look at our bonus Solstice chest here. We have some trainer heroes, some food bundles, a 3-star ether, and a warm cape. So nothing great there, unfortunately. No 4-star ascension materials, and you can see that you do have a chance of getting rare and epic ascension materials, limit break materials, class emblems, trainer heroes, and food bundles. And you can get a maximum of 20 of these Solstice bonus chests. Obviously I just got 1, and then I have 19 others available, but personally I am not going to be doing any other pulls in this Solstice Summon event this week. Hopefully your luck was better than mine in the Solstice Summon. If you do any pulls, let me know if you were able to pull anything good. And that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you did enjoy it or found it helpful. And if you did, hit that like button. Make sure you're subbed to my channel, and I'll catch you guys next time.